Hi. Um, so I guess you're here because you're interested on building a dependent drop-down list for Odoo, especially Odoo Online. Um, so there are many applications where you would use this. I personally use it to categorize my clients and customers based on industry and sub-industries. Um, I will show you today how to build this in Studio, but first let's see how this will work out. So the idea is if here I will select a specific industry, for example, automotive, in the subcategory list, I want to be able to see only relevant sub-industries uh, and not other sub-industries which might be linked to, I don't know, agriculture, naval, or aviation and stuff like that. So now if I click here, the system now suggests me only relevant industry applications for the automotive industry, like sheet metal or powertrain and stuff like that. So again, also if I choose here another main category like aerospace application, and the subcategory will be filtered, and we will have available only elements which are um, linked with the aerospace industry. Um, so enough enough chit chat. Let's go and see how this will work out in the end. Okay, so I'm now in the contact list here, and first thing you have to be in the debug mode. If you don't know how to enter the debug mode, just type in question mark debug equals 1 after the link, and this will set up in your debug mode. So you can see that is highlighted over here. This will help us inside the creation of our fields. Super. So now that we are in the debug mode and you are within your menu where you would like to create that drop-down field, uh, let's jump to one of these contacts and let's open up. First, I want to go to the company and I want to start studio mode. And inside studio mode, we can now create those fields. Um, so your view should be similar to this, excepting the details. This is something that I made with an XML. So yeah, there's a line here that brings up that detail list. So ignore this for now. Um, let's imagine you want to have a new column. So let's put this as a column first. And inside here, we will put those fields. So by default, the industry that I'm interested in is located into sales and purchase here. So we should drag and drop it here. Um, Let me just close this one. Um, and the list would be a bit different than I have because this is already custom. It's modified. All of this with letters in front are with the standard. The other ones are just maybe things that I've created. To create a new industry, just simply press new, type the name, and save. Um, so we we just leave it like this for now, and we want to jump back to the edit mode, and here we want to create now we want to create a module. So inside here, press new model and give it the proper name. um, I would like to emphasize that creating models, it's easy. Deleting modules, sometimes it's not very easy and might require you to contact support. It happened to me several times because when you create modules, it also creates automatic fields. Those fields might be custom made, those can be custom built so that you can delete. The ones that link to the base model, that you cannot delete, so it requires some support. At least I didn't figure it out how to do that. So yeah, when you create the module, just give it a proper name and make sure you follow those steps as I show you now. I will give it a drop-down list to name. You can put any name you like, so this will show up in the menu up here in the end. So for now, I'll just place drop-down industry. Okay, that's it. Uh, and this is nice to know. In the module, you can assign various elements that you would need for that list to be sorted or to include as elements. In this particular case, because I want to have the data on the list, the data in that list, I want to be able to archive it. I want to sort it if I want to jump in, and I don't need this chatter. This is totally irrelevant in this case. And maybe if you have multiple branches and you want to have this drop-down list visible for some companies and for others not, you might need to select this one as well. So feel free to choose whatever is relevant for your site. In my particular case, these two are enough. Okay, so now you can already see there's a menu here, and this is related to what we have in our module. So in our module, we now have to create two elements. One will be a type name, and one will be a type many to one. So first, the name, let's grab it and put it inside here, and in the label, let's just type name, and this will be the name of our industry or sub industry. Sorry, and here it's useful also to put a decent technical name. So you have the header as always, x dash underscore studio, and just let's give it a proper underscore name. And yeah, I think this will be helpful. DDL. Okay, so this is nice. And now we want to add a second one, and this will be as many to one. You can also use many to many if that's what you'd like, but for my example, I will use many to one. So let's put it here. And in this case, we want to assign a relation with the drop-down list, the main drop-down list, which is in our case the industry. So you can either search by the technical name of that field or that of that model, sorry, or by its name. And so either res dot industry, I think it's no, it's res dot partner dot industry. Okay, so you type the entire name, or you just simply type industry, and that should be fine enough. You can also search it from this list as well. So industry, I say confirm, and let me just give it a good name here. So industry. industry, because this is where it would link to, not to the not to the sub industry. This will focus to the industry. This will be our selector. So also here, let's give it some industry main D for DDL or for DDL. DDL. Okay. Um, it's just a name in the end. Okay, so this way I know that these fields are related to my module drop-down list. Okay, so now that we have two of these two elements here, we can jump and do the next step. Okay, so before we jump to the next step, I just wanted to make sure that if you want to have specific access for this drop-down field, you should jump to access control, and inside here you create or you select the users and what credentials they might have, if they can delete, if they can create. So if you want your user only to be able to read and select those elements, yeah, then select the appropriate uh, checkpoints. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I will jump back to the contact list again, and inside here, again in the studio module, we need to create our secondary drop down field. So I will choose a many to one element and I will drag it in here. In this case, we want to use that drop down, and confirm this. And one important thing is to create a domain. This will help us filter the values in this list based on the industry. So we would need to use a specific index, which will be this one. Let's see if, but for this to work, we have to jump to the XML behind it, and you'll see why. This will not leave you directly to select it as it is. You can select the industry ID equals, and here instead of this, we will choose a specific industry. Okay, not working. So create a new rule and you say industry, and in this case let's choose any one, for example construction, and you see we have all this here, but this is not dynamic, this is fixed. So in order to do this, we will have to confirm first and then go to view and XML, and inside here let's just drag this a little bit, and we will see, you will see this line here. Inside this line here, we will have to use industry underscore ID. So this name will be, I hope I'm doing it right. No, this I'm not doing it right, just without squarely brackets. Okay, and it should be fine. So industry underscore ID, this is the correct information. This is linked to this element here. Your XML might look different because I have some other fields inside. So we only focus on on this field. And this is the technical name of this field because I haven't gave it a proper name. This is on me. I forgot about it. You would have to edit it, and I will show you how you can do that. Close. So I will save and close this one, and I will also close this one. Now, let's go to this drop down field here, and let's create a few elements. So let's say I want to have I don't know, just tractors. And I will select agriculture, and let's see. And this is not a sub industry. I apologize. Let's say for uh, what should I choose here? Let's go to automotive. Yeah. So example, like I showed you earlier, sheet metal. Yeah, sheet metal is main activity in creating automotive components. So we save this and bring a new one. Let's say again, automotive, and save, and so on. So if we go here, we should see those two because the first one I haven't saved. And also, maybe we want to configure it here. Let me just quickly go to Odoo Studio, and inside here, I want to see also the industry. I guess if I go, otherwise I will not know that this is related to automotive. For example, you could have engines in airplanes, but it's not the same as with the automotive. So you want to have the category it can be named engines, but it's linked to industry, so it doesn't make any confusion. So close. Okay. So if we now go back to contacts and I select this one here in the automotive, we should be able to see those two lists. If I select something else, for example, construction, the list will be empty because I haven't created anything for the construction. So if I create here, for example, brick bricks. Okay, I can assign it to construction, and so in this case, let me just delete this. If I say construction, then I will see bricks over here. As you get a point. So I hope I hope this helps you build your own drop-down list, and thank you for watching this video. It's my first video on YouTube, so thanks for joining in.